Alright folks, today we're going to have some fun with some PowerWash Simulator with our good friend Kim, an incoming Tim, and maybe a Slim. And I think we're going to kind of talk about our two upcoming characters that we're both very excited to play. Your character is just so calm about spraying that. And the best thing too. Oh, never mind. There might be. Oh no, there's not. There's no hose attached to you. You're just shooting water from the void.
Yep. Yeah, maybe I should have played water Genasi instead of a mineral one.
Why? So you can shoot
Because
water.
right now I have magic water power from the void.
Oh, I thought you were having regrets.
Oh no.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets. Only fun.
I'm being given the opportunity to homebrew a new type of Genasi. I'm very excited.
That is awesome. And I have to say, I know I've talked to you about this, but I have to talk about the outrage that I haven't had this amount of outrage in a long time, thanks to your homebrew.
Oh gosh, what's going on? Why outrage?
Because I didn't realize how horrible Earth Genasi have been given the shaft.
Oh yeah, totally.
I didn't understand that. Like, I really didn't fathom how behind they are compared to the other Genasis. Because, like, Tim, being a new DM, I wasn't like necessarily doubting him, but like when he was talking about homebrewing your race, I was like, oh, this is really powerful compared to what I'm looking at here. And like, I was just looking at Earth Genasi because it was the first one that kind of came up, and I was like, man, Tim is giving that way more than this has. And then he's like, but it's the same as all the other ones, and I was like, really? And I went and looked at it, and I was like, oh dear God. Earth Genasi just don't get anything.
They don't.
Like,
especially compared to like the Fire Genasi, like the stuff that the Fire Genasi get is kind of crazy.
Even just like the whole like resistances thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just a very odd thing to realize. And it's not very often that like I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna play this, because like most times I can just kind of like, it's fine, it's not a huge deal, it doesn't need to be like super optimized and really good. Like, that's not really how my mind goes on the races kind of thing. But it definitely has with Earth Genasi. I don't think I'm ever gonna play one.
Not until they fix not until they like give them a little bit of something.
Yeah, because it straight feels like you're just like, oh, I can make people get really stealthy for a amount of time. Like, that's great, but I don't feel like it balances compared to everything else.
Compared to like not needing to breathe, the spells that the water and Fire Genasi get.
Yeah. What made you, since we're talking about our new characters, why don't you give us a general synopsis of who you'll be playing?
Okay, well, the character that I am working on, her name is Sunstone, aka Sunny, and she is a gemstone Genasi is what I'm calling it. And kind of how that came about is oh, sorry, what were you saying?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I heard a noise.
Oh, Tim is here. We are live on the air when a brand new guest, Mr. Tim.
Oh, you're recording this. Of course you're recording this.
Of course I'm recording this. We need to show the world how great of a player Kim is and how great of a DM you are.
I haven't DM'd anything.
Yes, you have. Anyways, continue, Kim.
Anyways, yeah, so how this idea kind of came about is I was looking at the list of all the elemental planes, and I noticed a few that I was like, wait, that's a thing? Like, why did that stop being a thing? That sounds really cool.
Oh, like
And one
the
of them-
quasi-planes and all that?
Yeah, the quasi-elemental planes, one of which is the plane of minerals, which is
And most-
an entire plane of everything being made of gemstones.
It mostly stopped being a thing because in an effort to make 5e simpler, Wizards of the Coast dropped a ton of stuff.
In my
They haven't
canon,
brought
I'd
it
say
all
they're
back.
probably still there.
Well, they're most likely probably still there.
They don't, like, even
It's
with
just,
the source
the
books
people-
they've given, they don't really, like, elaborate too much on the planes, which is kind of a shame. The most things that I've ever seen was in the Mordecai's Tome of Foes. They had a very good amount of stuff for, like, the hells and stuff, but it still was, like, a general overview and not, like, I guess, as much as you would hope for.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the mineral plane sounds pretty awesome, and that's kind of like what you kind of gravitated towards.
Yes, because as both y'all know, I like rocks.
You do like rocks.
I like big rocks, and I cannot lie.
They are nice.
Other Genasi cannot deny.
So yeah, when I saw that the plane of minerals was a thing, it's like, okay, I need to use this somehow. And that is how this iteration of Sunny kind of came to be. Because I played her before in a previous... It wasn't a full campaign, it was like a mini campaign. But in that version, she was an Eladrin.
Interesting.
But now, well, she's gone from being an Eladrin to a Fire Genasi in a one-shot that Tim ran.
Which one shot was that again? I've run a few.
The one that was, that the setting was very heavily based on, Japan.
Wasn't that Nick?
I think... Oh, was that
I'm
Nick or
pretty
was that you? I'm trying to remember. Now I can't remember.
No, I'm pretty sure that's Nick, because I played Suki in that.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So that was Nick's camp.
I know my one-shots. My one-shots are all based off of cartoons, movies, and crazy ideas. I did not have enough
I mean,
juice
that's
to
kind
make
of-
feudal Japan.
All of us, really.
I had enough juice to make an interdimensional zoo and a Hangover parody.
Which the interdimensional zoo was awesome.
And I need to flesh out the combat more in that one if I want to bring it back. I think Rachel would have fun with it.
So, what class did you pick again? You picked Barbarian, right?
Yes.
What made you pick that one?
I love barbarians.
Just wanted to smash stuff?
And honestly, that this character in every iteration has always been a barbarian. The first couple of times I played her, she was a totem warrior. This time, I cannot remember what I decided, what subclass.
I think you mentioned...
You were looking at,
Oh, go ahead, Tim.
back when she was a Fire Genasi, you were looking into the Firestorm subsection of the Barbarian of Storms.
Oh yes, I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Tim, that you're still working on this stuff. I don't know what level we're starting at, but um, yeah, we always try to think of
Oh,
our
one, I'm gonna have you
eventualities.
all be Oh, one, I'm gonna have you all swallowed in the first 15 minutes. It'll make it a lot easier for me.
It definitely would.
No, but in all seriousness, like I said, I'm attempting a campaign 2, so the hope is that you're all 1 in the vignettes, move you probably 2 by the time we start session 1, and then shortly hit you to like 3 once we like officially gotten into the start.
Gotcha.
And then from there I go from there, because I'm not basing the entire pacing off of campaign 2, but I like that early pacing.
Sure.
Where they were 1 just for that short time to let them get their feet wet. Then they were 2, and I believe Matt bumped them up to 3 after the first mini arc, like the 3-session thing to find the toad.
Yeah.
My recollections might be wrong, but that's sort of the idea I have at the moment.
No, that's
That sounds
fair.
good.
Yeah, I think, man, it's so hard when you make a new character trying to find where you want to go with it, because, like, obviously, like, things are still up in the air or whatever, but you're like, you want to make sure that you're picking something that really is within the soul of the character. Don't spray me in the butt.
Sorry.
Workers' comp.
Sorry, not
Alright,
sorry.
you guys. Alright, you guys are playing that.
Oh, I should show Tim. Can do the screen share.
Ooh, yes. Share the screen with the Tim.
Oh, that's good. Tim's trying to make rivers right now, but Tim's running into the issue where all his stamps conflict with the rivers.
Here you go, Tim.
Oh, that's how you rotate this thingy.
With R.
Because I
yeah.
made a huge because I made a large mountain out of stamps that I can't put water effects on, because the water effects don't affect stamps. They go underneath stamps.
Mm.
Although I might be able to... No, I can't change the layer. Damn.
What are you using?
Incarnate.
Oh. I use it. It has I might have to look at what you're doing, because like my thing, I use water stuff all the time. It's just how you. It's
Are
just
you a paid subscription?
no.
Hmm.
Not at all. I have nothing worth of value. I'm a
About
very
that,
frugal man when it
just
comes to my hobbies.
Need to be more frugal. I was asking, so can you not put, like, water effects over...
I think you might be on the wrong type of map, to be honest. I think you probably picked something different, because if you're on like regional map, that's probably what like there's like battle map, regional map, and then like world map. So like there's different kinds that you pick.
I picked regional, I picked city map. I wasn't planning on making a world map, I was planning on making a map of a city.
I would have just done the world map, and then like added in some stuff later. Like map making is really hard, especially like
You're telling me...
town areas. I'm still trying to figure. I think I might. I don't know. Kim, I did that poll for whatever, and other people picked for me to stay artillerist, but you picked battle smith. I would love to hear why you think so.
Because you wrote on there metal animal familiar.
That's pretty much, yeah. That's what I think of.
And having robot dog sounds fun. Or no,
Robodog?
just because well no, actually because because it's a pirate adventure. Robo Barrett.
Robo Parrot?
Yes.
Robo Parrot.
Or Shark.
Nope, Parrot.
What's wrong with sharks, Tim? What do they
Nothing's
do to
wrong
you?
with sharks. You're getting a parrot.
Are we gonna have like
Sharks killed my family.
Polly wants to
And
crack
then
her
Rick-
jokes all the time?
No,
Oh,
no, this would be even better because Robo Parrot, it can like perfectly mimic people's voices probably.
and it'd be Polly wants some scrap metal.
Polly wants a scrap metal.
Yeah. Probably wants some nuts and bolts.
Better be careful with that Polly wants some nuts thing. Gonna get me in trouble. Get it off! Just like a killer parrot.
We'll have to get him in trouble.
I
You
know
I'm
we're
just
gonna be
build
in
the city
trouble.
map and say, I'm just gonna build the city map and say rivers exist.
That's fine. Don't worry about it too much.
Like,
Yeah.
Are there rivers? Yeah, there are rivers. There's also the sea.
But there is no sea. We didn't map it out because we figure you knew when you were surrounded by it.
Who needs rivers when there's water everywhere?
Yeah, I have to keep thinking about it because I think it would be also really funny to have her have Millie. I guess say for those who don't know, Millie is a dwarven artificer. I chose her to be dwarven because I really like the idea of her being Melissa McCarthy from Bridesmaids. I felt like that was the best incarnation I could make. And
You found a spiritual connection.
I did.
That character.
Except for the part where she poops in the sink. I think that hopefully won't happen. Hopefully.
We better make sure that we background check the cook then.
Who the fuckers could be the cook?
Don't make Millie be the cook. She uses oil. She doesn't wash her hands enough to help that out. You know,
Yeah, and you don't want Sunny anywhere near a kitchen, trust me.
No. I'll be honest, this is like not even making fun of you, Tim. She's probably like you in the fact that she'll probably forget to eat.
Hey, Josh is more egregious with that than I am.
But she'll probably be like, it'll be like midnight, and they'll come in to check on her, and she's like, hasn't eaten since this morning, and she's like, I'm fine, I gotta finish this.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, cue Sunny taking the wrench out of her hands and replacing it with the bread.
As she continues to try to like turn the bolt with a piece of bread, and then she realizes it after a second.
And I am not going to attempt to do right now what I kind of am hoping to be able to do for Sunny's voice by the time the campaign starts.
Oh, Korg?
Because I'm not confident in my ability to do a Kiwi accent.
Timothy is. He is the voice master of all voices.
I can't do a Kiwi accent. It comes out as bad Australian, and that just offends them.
I mean, we're not voice actors. We're just a couple of folks. I mean, hell, we can't even do American accents. And we're from there.
Yeah, we are not nerdy ass voice actors. We're just nerdy ass nerds.
With various other talents that don't apply.
Yes. I forgot how big this freaking fountain is.
I know. But that's what makes it a good spot to chat with, is we just BS along.
Yes. And we are cleaning gnome butts.
They put the church on the island,
I
put it on the isle.
So I'm also tempted to, because I have prestidigitation. I had to say that slow, and I probably still butchered it.
Prestidigitation?
Yes. And I think I'm going to have it be that Millie just has a little pressure washer on her arm.
That's awesome.
I could vote for that.
I like her whole thing is I want her all of her casting stuff to come from her gloves, and she's got a little backpack that kind of has like a power supply in various like containers on them, and she just kind of refills them over time. So like acid, water, incendiary stuff on her, you know.
That means that at some point you do need to give her the grease spell.
Oh, grease.
I'm sure she just gets that.
Really? Do artificers just get that? I'm trying to remember.
I think it's an option. They have like prepared spells like a wizard.
Right. It's been a hot minute since I've played an artificer, so
As opposed to a
kind of
cold
forgot. I kind of forgot what all they can do.
Yeah, they seem pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it. She kind of went through like an evolution too. Like I was sitting at work, and I was stuck at a place for a while, in like the middle of like nowhere, and I was just thinking to myself, I was like, man, the Sheffield I came up with for like the whole like, you know, gun toting kind of an asshole who like doesn't really understand how dangerous this stuff is not very likable. Like,
Yeah.
not necessarily like I have to be perfectly likable, but I don't really like the idea of somebody who's like, I'll shoot stuff. Like, especially like given what it is, you know, like Millie, like literally, I wrote that she just like built the gun out of like, oh, that's kind of a cool thing. That looks fun, you know. And she was like, she in her head, she understood like the mechanics behind it and what it does, but she also didn't put two and two together that this is a weapon, it kills people, and like she hasn't used it. Like she just put it together and was like, oh yeah, this is cool. Like, you know, good old Percy's over there. You know, he seems like he would make something pretty awesome, you know. And was just like, all right. And then she saw the components and was like, okay, I can build that. And she built it and was like, cool, I'm gonna put it on my back and continue on what I'm doing. You know, like she had no desire to be like a gun toting whatever. She just thought, she looks at machines and is just you know, enthralled with how beautiful they can be made, you know.
Honestly, I like that approach. That sounds like a really fun character.
I hope so. I just want her to be kind of like like even because if I do the any of the stuff, whether it's artillerist or the armor, like she doesn't want to build it to murder the crap out of people. She would look at it as like, this is what I'm gonna use to defend people. Like, we're on this mission, it can be dangerous, you know, but like each individual machine to her is gonna be like something she made, you know, like, you know, she doesn't want it to be something that is known solely for blasting people's legs off.
He wants it to be known for something that has the option to be known for
Yeah.
solely blasting someone's legs off.
Whereas Sunny is entirely known for smacking people's legs off.
No, Sunny's known for picking up the corpses of the things that she just killed and using it to beat the snot out of whatever's still standing.
Oh, fun.
OSHA violations.
I think the bridge sort of looks neat.
Tim's getting into the building mode.
Well, I decided to put a bridge between the main island and one of the isles. Sort of in a... I don't actually know where some things are connected by bridges. Maybe New York? Yeah, New York. Sort of like New York.
I can't wait for Tim's first, like, rip a sheet up moment where he built something and we just completely fucker it over. It's
Well,
like...
most of the stuff's going to be digital, so I'm just going to have to keep a prop sheet here.
Nah, you're gonna have to flip your computer over.
Well, that's not good. I like my computer.
Too bad it doesn't like you. Just kidding. It's not the printer. Printers are never good.
Yeah, no, printers are evil.
The worst thing is at work when they're like, oh yeah, we need you to fax this 64-page thing. And I'm just like, ugh. I hate you.
Could you really not just put this in an email?
Nope.
Thank
HIPAA.
you.
So here's the thing.
HIPAA.
Think about... I understand that they don't seem to understand. I'm sure there's something I'm missing here. I don't know everything. But the thing is to me, when you fax said 64-page document over to them, it's going to sit on a printer for 2 hours until they pick it up, probably. And even then,
Yeah.
they haven't actually accepted it, so they're not getting it. So you're sitting there waiting for them to, like, pick it up, and, you know, it's sitting there forever. Whereas, we all have, like, encrypted emails. Why not just, like, trust that said encryption and send it? Because we send information all the time anyway. Rather than relying on technology from the goddamn 90s.
Sounds like the professor that I had in my creative writing class back in college.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted us to count everything that we wrote. He wanted us to count the words by hand because he didn't trust the computer to do it.
Oh my god, I would have told him to shove it, but I was a different kid than you were.
Like, sir, you are making us write things that are over 500 freaking words. I am not counting all of them by hand.
I had a teacher. The reason why I'm good at Photoshop is I took photography, and the teacher that I had one time didn't understand, like, cloud documents at the time, and was like, he deleted everything in his cloud, so, and then was like, oh, well, you guys could just redo the, like, semester-long projects in, like, this week, right? And we were like, you asshole. Like, you're gonna make us redo the whole thing rather than, like, saying, my bad, I messed up. And me being the jerk I was when I was a 16-year-old boy, decided to utilize my skills to Photoshop him on a bunch of German barmaids and bikini girls, and put it as his, put it in his drive and make it his desktop background.
Neat.
Yeah, that was a fun detention to explain to my parents. Which I assume Kim was just as rebellious as a child.
Yeah, needless to say, I did not count every single word by hand on anything that I ever wrote. The, I trusted Microsoft Word to actually do it for me.
I would have messed with them. I would have been like, yeah, man, totally. I checked all the things, and actually, I wrote more than what it said I had. And it seems to be a constant, actually, where like it seems like it doesn't give me enough words. It's wild.
But yeah, this guy was a real piece of work.
They usually are.
First of all, dude should have retired like 20 years prior to when I took that class.
Seems to be a very common thing. I don't know. So, I know sometimes it's a financial thing where you can't retire until you are financially stable and stuff like that. Then there's other people who are like they just want to work, which I love my job very much. But as soon as the day comes where I don't have to work, I'm out skis.
Yeah.
Which it is kind of an odd idea thinking about what I'm going to do when I retire. But I hope to like the gods, the universe, and whatever else that I still know you guys and we're like still playing D&D when we're like 70. Well, Tim will be like 66, but
regardless,
I'm retiring next year.
I'm already a little over.
Huh?
I'm already a little over halfway there. So.
Same here.
Oh my god, there is a layers tab?
Tim is discovering things. So how are you feeling now that we talked about my character and Kim's character? How are you? What is your general feeling right now about what you've made and potential ideas that you have that you've not necessarily put on paper? Like, how are you feeling?
Not sure.
Do you feel excited? Do you feel scared? All the above?
I definitely feel excited, but at 1 in the morning staring down a map and trying to figure out what I want to put on it, my thoughts are not really together at the moment.
We'll get you an energy drink. I'm just kidding. Nothing like a 1 a.m. anxiety attack.
Let's say it like this. I'm very excited for the campaign. And I'm very excited for the characters you all made. I'm holding my expectations until I have the things. I'm holding my expectations till I have the things that I know I need planned out. And I still have yet to get anything out of Josh or invite Rachel or invite PJ.
Oh, yeah.
Shenaniganery.
Yeah, but you got lots of time. And honestly, like, at least from my experience as a DM, when people come in and add things to whatever character they make, it adds so much to your campaign that you don't even, like, it's less work for you.
No, you are accurate.
Just out of, like, vagueness, what I gave you and what, like, Kim may or may not give you probably has already given you ideas, you know?
You spawned an entire engineering build.
See? That's how it works, man. Like, my entire plot for Sunday game came from you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I mean, like, I had a general idea of what I wanted to do, and I was like, huh. Tim is a fungus goblin.
Mm-hmm.
it's really amazing as a hobby of how much like cloud mine we end up getting. You know what I mean? Where everyone kind of like connects and shares creativity and feeds off one another in ways that like not a whole lot of things. Not a lot of the other hobbies do that. You know,
Yeah.
not a lot of art does that.
I mean, a lot of some of the stuff that I've written was like pretty heavily inspired by y'all.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, the the one shot that I did for the library that mushroomed out from a what could have been from the Sunday game. Because I could not decide whether I wanted the bad guy to be a spider hag or it was almost going to be a spider hag. Like, that
Man,
was very much an option on the table there.
that spider hag I made was probably one of the funniest reactions when I put it on the field, and everyone's like, "Really, really?" And I was like, I might have came up with something good if everyone's that outraged.
I think it was the fact that it was a spider and a hag.
Two
Spider
things
hag?
people love.
No,
Does whatever a spider hag does.
Half
they're
a
out
hag,
fighting in this
half a
sense.
spider. And poor Josh has hags and spiders in where he's from.
Dudes, there was a spider in my bathroom the other day. And it was huge.
Well, I
Huge,
mean,
you say.
at least it wasn't a hag.
Yeah, it wasn't a hag, but it was a spider, and it was in my bathroom.
I'd be a little pissed. It's like, look, lady, get out of here. I don't need you gandering about.
Yeah, excuse me, sir or ma'am, but, this is where I poop.
Which I am currently doing.
Yeah, excuse me, sir or ma'am, I need to pee, and you are right on the wall next to the toilet.
Eye contact does not help me progress.
So yeah, I had to kill a spider at 1 in the morning. That was fun times.
How much experience did you get?
Not enough to level up.
Doesn't Josh own Prop Hunt?
He does. Why?
I'm just curious. Man, we gotta get playing again. I love playing with everybody. I
Yeah, we
think
need
that,
some kind of thing that we can get everybody in on.
yeah, something like one of the like I think one of those like either Phasmophobia or like something like that would be really fun. That we are teamed up on.
Does sound kind of fun.
I started.
Phasmophobia. I want to play Among Us with y'all.
We tried to do that one time and it wasn't working.
Yeah,
But
that's also
definitely.
my fault. But now I know I have a computer, so
Dunkelford. And so I'm gonna name this guy Dunkelford. This one is Larry.
hi, Larry.
This one is Chestnut. You don't want to know why. Where'd you go, Kim?
Did Chestnut leave a life of crime
No.
before?
I have not moved a whole lot from where.
Hey. I'll spray
Really,
you
you've
right in the
moved
face.
Well, you've moved enough that he has lost track of you.
All right, let's brush your teeth
Yes, I am.
through the back end. Can you feel it?
Yes, I
Feel
can
it
feel
now,
it.
Mr. Krabs?
I guess you're going to miss the panty raid.
I got that
This
episode.
This show's so fucking dumb, but I love it. Honestly, like, I could see where sometimes our parents would have a little bit of concern regarding the shows we watched as children.
Yeah.
It was warranted, honestly.
Yeah.
I grew up watching Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
And because my mom thought that it was hilarious.
It is hilarious, but still.
My mother had issues against Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Fair, though.
Yeah.
One second.
Entirely fair. Courage was terrifying.
It's so good.
I know it's so good, but there were some episodes that were, like, legitimately scary.
There were some episodes where, like my parents weren't, like, really paying attention all that much to that kind of stuff. But, like, one time, like, my parents came in and my mom was like, "What the hell?" Like, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what's going on." Like the one where the guy, the geese is trying to, like, seduce Mariel, and you're just like,
The geese?
yeah, the geese in the sky was trying to seduce Mariel. Or like the
I'll
Duck
take your word for
Brothers.
it, because that's how
Do you remember the Duck
sounds
Brothers?
weird enough to be. I'm looking this up.
Don't be laying eggs with the Duck Brothers.
Those were space ducks.
Yeah, they were also the Beatles.
Good point. I know what you're talking about now. You're talking about God Goo. You're talking about Goose God.
Maybe.
Literal Seuss No, I looked it up. This is the episode, and the moment I saw the character, I remembered. It is literally the Seuss facsimile. Watch.
Oh.
I'm good. Copy this.
Oh, I
image.
know what you're talking about. Yeah, because Zeus transformed into a geese and would, like, sleep with all the women's.
As our resident mythology expert, Kim, is that not Seuss?
Hold on, let me...
She's on the clock, man. She is cleaning.
Well, no, I just need to get my phone. Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, that is Zeus as a goose.
Gross. Watch out for his gander.
That reminds me of a thing that I saw. It was like a screenshot of, I think it was a Twitter post, about how pretty much every mythology boils down to one specific figure did something.
Oh yeah, most of Norse mythology is just Odin fucking with things. I'm not versed enough in Egypt mythology to know who fucked what in that.
If I ever find this image again, I'll post it for y'all. Because it basically was, the gist of all mythology is this person did this.
Well, I think that will conclude the video itself. So, I think it was fun talking about our little characters. and where they came from and
Yeah.
where we hope they go. A lot is still up in the air, but it was interesting to talk about the evolution of like who they were going to be, from Eladrin to, you know, Jim Genasi.
Still need to properly like work out the stats for.
Yes. Alrighty. Well, since D&D Beyond's not working, I will conclude the video, and we will continue our chicanery in private. Have a good day, folks.